Welcome in everybody to a War of the Visions news video, and if you didn't see it yesterday, I did a video with Orange. It's pretty cool. I did a little like kind of podcast episode with him for his weekend update, so you can go check that out on his channel. And I will say one of the main things about that episode was that we were very positive. We were, we were working on the optimistic side of things. I had calmed down quite a bit from my previous video that I had made on the worldwide, let's call it a scandal. Yeah, let's just go for it. And, that was all in the hopes that today we might get some more positive news. And I have to say that we didn't really get that. So we'll talk about the news today. I'm going to be, as upbeat as I can. Obviously, am a little bit disappointed, but it is what it is right now. And we are just in the waiting phase. Like we've already... I've expressed my feelings in my first video. I've expressed, what I think needs to happen in the video I did with Orange. So let's leave it at that. But I will say about that collaboration is that it was a pleasure to work with Orange. He's a super nice guy. Nice talking to him on mic and on camera and off camera as well. I have to say that, it would be cool if he was a teacher at my school. We could work together. So come on up to Canada, Orange. You're invited to Canada. Okay, you have a pass where they treat teachers well. Okay, with all that flowery language about Orange out of the way, let's get into the news here. So where is it? Oh my God, it's right there. I lost it. I lost the news. Okay, so Raph is coming this week. I think this is expected. This is when I expected her to come in the first week of the month. And, it was either now or in September. But then again, the rules don't apply anymore. So she could have come whenever, but this was not unexpected for me. I was thinking that she would come this week, and I said as much in my unit planning guide just the other day. So she is a festival limited. She is only available for a single week, which is interesting. I know that was how it always works, but that would have been like an easy way to give people one extra week of saving time, is to extend her banner. But we did not see that. So, but they've also announced that her vision card is coming next week. So they did not bundle the card and esper with Raph. They actually split them up. So if you don't know about Raph, she is a super impactful dark tank for many, many, many reasons that we can get into in another video. But basically, she is a fantastic tank, similar to Dialdo, but really supplements the dark team's, power, because she does a bunch of things like an imperil, chaining and chain extension, breaks, all these types of things that she can do. And she's hitting with magic damage, which is not a bad way to go. So then we also have our great demon, the greater demon, VC and esper. And what's really interesting here, so first of all, it's coming next week, not this week, the week after. But what's super interesting here is that it has a global buff on here. So limited bestowed effect, activation requirements, dark type units, max HP up, and healing power up. And you can see the activation requirements for this card are dagger, katana, staff, black mage, and mace equipable main jobs. So this works for little Leela, this works for Sephiroth, this works for Raph, and many others. So a lot of good applications of this vision card, and the fact that if you put it on Raph, that she's going to get slash res up, that she's going to get strike res up, that she's going to get agility up, that she's going to get max HP and now even more healing power up, and she already has healing power on her kit. It's pretty nuts. I'm surprised because she's not exactly needing any help in JP to dominate, so why would she need an extra buff here? And of course, this can go onto your other dark units too if you don't want to put it on her. Somebody else can take advantage of those bestowed. So very, very interesting choice. I guess that's what it is. So we're going to get some training missions for her, bingo board, and the usual JP up and stuff like that. We can then talk about the Darkness Festival campaigns, and so there's an interesting thing that's coming up here: the Road to Worldwide version 2, version part 2. This is interesting. So this is only this week. So starting on Wednesday, going till the next Tuesday, during this period, Raph unit shards are guaranteed to appear in the shop if you owned Raph. So this means that you cannot open a regular shop and not find a Raph shard in there. Normally you can, right? You can always get a Whimsy shops will have those guaranteed 3. I believe what this means is all the shops that you open are going to have Raph shards in there. that's obviously fine. It's a nice thing to have on a week where you have to build the unit within 1 week, and that could be kind of stressful for some people that don't have, if you're a newer player and you don't have your vision and soul stars and stuff from the tickets that we all got, if you don't have Mog medals, whatever it is, this is going to help you do that. But it's weird, like they're calling it part 2 and there's nothing else about part 2 on here. So at face value, this looks like this is the part 2 of 3 of things that we're going to get. But this can't possibly be it, right? Because part 1 was a bunch of tickets. So part 2 is just guaranteed shards that you still spend for? Like, that's kind of unbelievable to me. Part of me thinks that there must be something else happening, right? Like maybe we're going to find out on Wednesday. Maybe we're going to find out next week. Part 2 will continue with a different thing. I don't know, but like this is exactly what I was talking about with Orange, where a lack of communication and clarity around something gives people the chance to assume. And the only thing I can assume right now is that this is the part 2 of 3 that we're getting as compensation, or not compensation, or as assistance for this whole crunch. So this is troubling for me, but we'll see. Maybe on Wednesday we'll see something come up. The other thing is that tomorrow we're going to see the new login bonus, and Oran Jay and I talked about it, and he said, we probably won't see a login bonus change at all. And I tend to agree, and I'll tell you why. So here's our weekly login bonus, and we talked about on the podcast that we were getting 2,500 Visior the last couple of weeks. That coincided with the announcement of the worldwide version, except Orange enlightened me that is actually for the Final Fantasy V collaboration. Collaborations get an extra 400 Visior. So then here, when we look at this, we're back to 2,100 Visior. So we actually are getting the regular amounts of Visior. And so if you're keeping an eye out for the monthly login bonus, the number that we're looking for there is 1,500. If it's 1,500 Visior on that login bonus, it means it's the same as we've always gotten. And if there's extra Visior on there, that means something's up, because that is an actual, a different amount. So that's something that we can kind of wonder about for just a little bit longer before it all kind of comes in. Otherwise, there's some double, drop and double JP and stuff like that. And then I'm actually pretty excited for this. This is and then I was Balo, the time I became the strongest knight in Ardra. And this, for people that don't understand why it's spelled differently down here, Balo with the AY is like a Japanese citizen that is playing War of the Visions and wakes up and has been transported into the world of War of the Visions, into Ardra, and is in Balo's body. It's one of those isekai, is that right? Stories. I don't know, like one of those like anime things. So it's a April Fool's joke from the JP version. There's going to be quests, items, and he gets his transcendence. And I'm not going to go super deep into what there's a bingo and stuff, what this looks like there's a bunch of quests down at the bottom here. We're not going to look through all of these because it looks like there's quite a bit of story there. I don't want to spoil anything. I want people to go play it. I don't know if there's like actually text or anything, but if there is, like, let's save that, because I kind of read through it all and there was a lot of information there. So let's save that for yourselves to enjoy on Wednesday. But what we do have is the where is it? Here we go. This mace. Okay. And so this mace is actually quite good. This is Raph's mace. You can build a magic version of it, and you're going to get magic pen 20, and then AoE resistance 8, and then healing power 15. So you get a lot of stuff. However, the magic pen and the AoE resistance are conditional, and clerics get them, arithmeticians get them, Raph gets them, and Queen Masherie gets it. So for Queen Masherie to get the pen and the healing power and the AoE resistance is pretty choice, considering that she doesn't have another item that gives AoE resistance. So this is an option for her as well, but obviously is very, very powerful on Raph. So definitely good. That's going to be nice to be able to farm that. And then otherwise we got some new maps. Okay. So new seasons and stuff. The new map for Guild Battle is this arena one, and it's obviously going to be Dark Unit buffs, fine. When I see this arena buff, it makes me think of the very first map ever that we ever had in War of the Visions on launch, and I wonder if that's ever going to come back. I know it was a really simple map, but it was super fun to watch Mont throw stones through a stone wall. But otherwise, we got arena map as well, Mountain Road 2, and then there's dark and water, buffs up for this one. Otherwise, they're adding Raph into the Mace cards, and we're getting Transcendence for Raph and Balo. So not a ton of news this week. Obviously, people are going to be a little bit worried considering that we just keep getting radio silence. Well, honestly, worse than radio silence, because if there was no news of the road to worldwide this week, at least, we would think, okay, well, it's coming. But now we have this uncertainty. Did part 2 just arrive and maybe it wasn't so good? I guess we'll have to find out. Like I said at the beginning, I'm at the point where I am in wait and see mode. I am going to be pulling for the units that I want to pull for. And if I don't have enough Visior, then I won't have enough Visior. I won't pull if I can't pity, and we'll see kind of where it shoots me out by the time Worldwide comes, and we'll go from there. And if you're wondering who I'm going to be pulling for, well, the Lightning Alaya is definitely going to be on my list, as well as maybe her VC for sure, but maybe another VC. We'll see. I would love to get Shalza, but I just don't think that it's possible, and I think that Fire already has multiple support options. While she looks quite interesting, and I would love to grab her for a 70 cost option, I don't think that I'm, realistically going to be able to do that. So you never know. We'll see if I get lucky or something. But otherwise, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you all soon in another video.